Welcome to Yoga with Tammy. I'm Tammy, and if you are young at heart and feel that a regular yoga practice might not be accessible for you, but you want to get the benefits of a yoga practice, and also if you just happen to be tired, lacking energy, maybe you're recovering from an illness or an injury and would like to get the body moving in a very gentle and healthy way, then this chair yoga practice will be perfect for you. So let's get started. We can sit in any chair. It can have a back, of course, as long as your back is not leaning on the chair, if at all possible. We want our feet to be on the ground, parallel to each other, toes pointing forward. It's important that our full foot is on the ground to support the body throughout this practice. And we want to try to sit with our back straight as much as possible, so our head is stacked over the neck and the chest and the pelvis in a nice straight line as much as possible, with your hands resting wherever is comfortable for you. It could be the thigh or the knees. And to start, let's gently close the eyes, and we're going to take a few deep breaths. Healthy, long, deep breath is really the spice of life. It energizes us. It creates expansion in the whole body. So breathing in with the mouth closed, take a nice deep breath. And then exhale with the mouth open. Just let it all go. Again, we'll inhale and feel the expansion as we breathe in. And breathing out through the mouth, releasing any tension you might be holding from the day. Great. Now we'll take a couple of deep breaths, breathing in and out through the nose, if at all possible. So we'll take a deep breath in, feeling the belly and the chest expanding like a balloon, feeling the energy spread throughout the body. And exhale a little bit more slowly than the inhale. Allow your body to just fully release as you breathe out. You might even want to press in a little bit with the belly at the bottom of the exhale, just to make sure we're pushing out every part of the breath that we don't need anymore as we prepare to inhale. And exhale. Excellent. Let's gently open the eyes now. And as we begin the practice, we want to create some space in the neck, on the head and the neck at the top of the spinal column. So we're going to, again, work with the breath throughout this practice. As we inhale and exhale, we'll notice that there's a flow. We're not stopping. There's no pause at the top or the bottom of the breath. We're just breathing in, and as we reach the end of the motion, the end of the breath, we continue with the movement. So we're creating a constant flow and circulation throughout the body. So on the inhale, we're going to bring the neck up, looking up with the eyes towards the ceiling, only as far as is comfortable. And on the exhale, gently lower the head as much as you can, feeling the stretch in the back of the neck. And the chin is reaching towards the chest. Let's do two more of these. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Coming back to center. And now we'll move the neck from side to side to create more space in the neck. So we'll actually exhale to one side. Inhale back to center. And exhale to the other side. A nice even flow. Inhale to center. See if you can bring a little bit of a deeper stretch on each exhale, only as far as is comfortable, looking over your shoulder if possible. Inhale to center, and exhale to the other side. Let's do one more. These feel so good. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. Back to center. Great. We'll continue to stretch the neck a little bit while also beginning to work into the shoulders. So we'll lift up the hand and letting gravity work for you. Gently rest at the top of your head, encouraging the head to go slightly to one side. We're not forcing or pressing anything, just as far as we can. And you want to picture almost like you're between two panes of glass. So we're not moving forward or back, but just laterally moving the head down. And then we'll bring up the other arm only as far as we can. It could be here, here. Ideally, we're reaching towards the shoulder line, but anywhere is fine. And that's on the inhale. Now on the exhale, we're going to very slowly bring the arm down, feeling the nice stretch from the neck all the way to the shoulders. You might even feel it in your arms. Very slow, working out the kinks in the neck and shoulders. Let's do that one more time. So inhale, arm up. And very slowly and gently bring the arm down. Wonderful stretch for the shoulders and the neck. Great. We'll shake out the head a little bit till you feel comfortable, and then we'll do the other side. So bringing up the hand to the head, and again letting gravity gently bring the neck down as we raise the arm up as high as you can. It might feel a little bit different on each side, so be careful of that. Only bring the arm as high as you can. And then exhale down very slowly. And don't hesitate if you find somewhere that something catches or feels a little more tense to just stay in that area, explore a little bit, working with the breath to create ease in your motion. Great. Now one more time. Inhale the arm up. And very slowly, there's no rush, just bring the arm down, feeling that stretch in the neck. Great. Bring the arms down and just shake it loose again. You might already feel a little bit looser in the neck, which is great. And we're going to continue to work on the shoulders. So we'll do a couple of shoulder rolls. So keeping the hands where they are, just stay comfortable, making sure with each breath that we're keeping or elongating the spine, staying nice and straight. And then we're going to, on an inhale, bring the shoulders forward and up. And on the exhale, rounding down. There's no stopping, just a nice slow circular motion forward and up. And exhaling down. Just exploring, allowing for space in the shoulders with some extra care wherever it might feel more tight. Go at your own pace. Great. And now let's go in the other direction. So back and up on the inhale and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. And one more time. Great. That's a wonderful motion to create more mobility in the shoulders. And now let's bring our hands to the side. We're going to continue to work on the shoulders. This time on the inhale, we're going to bring the shoulders back, and we're going to picture the scapula, the bones in the back of your upper back shoulder area, coming together almost as though there's a pencil between them, and you're trying to keep the pencil in place. As you arch the chest slightly on the in-breath, and exhale, bringing it back to center. Inhale, shoulders back, and scapulas reaching to touch, and exhale back to center. One more time, inhale back, exhale, releasing. Okay, now we're going to extend this motion a little bit by bringing the arms out on the inhale and reaching back as far as we can. And on the exhale, let's give ourselves a little hug. So touching the shoulders if you can. A little self-compassion is always a great thing. And feeling that stretch in the back of the body. And one more time, inhale out. And let's bring the arms together, this time in the other way. See if it feels a little different, and gently give yourself a loving, kind hug. Okay, great. From here, we're going to continue to work on the shoulder mobility while also working a little bit on the arm strength as we stretch the wrist. So we're doing many things at once here, many benefits. Stretch out the fingers as wide and far as they'll go, as though they're reaching to get away from you. And then lift up the wrists, up, and then down, up, down. One more time, you might want to help with the other hand just to create some nice motion. This is great for anyone who spends a lot of time on the computer, like I do. Up and down. Okay. Now that we are a little bit more limber in the shoulders, let's work a little bit on a spinal twist. So continuing to elongate the back while also working to stretch it. A healthy spine is a healthy life, and as we work with the breath to create motion and space between each vertebra, we're really benefiting our entire body system. So let's bring up the arms only as high as you can. If you're here, it's fine. Anywhere you can. If your shoulders allow, bring them up, but don't scrunch. Keep your shoulders down and away from your body. And we'll take an inhale to lengthen the spine. And then exhale, twisting, using the back of the chair and the legs, whatever you have, to deepen the twist. So from the twist position, we'll inhale up to create space. And then on the exhale, we can try to deepen the twist a little bit further. You can move your head in the same direction as your back shoulder if you can. One more breath. And then inhale, bring the arms back up. And then we'll twist in the other direction on the exhale. Always using the exhale to gently release, making sure you go at your own pace. So inhaling up to lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepen the twist, looking over the back shoulder if your neck allows. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Great. Bring your arms up. And then gently bring them down and rest them on your hip, on your thighs. Okay. From here, let's just take another couple of deep breaths. And let's notice as we take an inhale that we can, even if you don't see it from the outside, if you feel on the inside that you're actually feeling taller, you're growing from the waist up. So that as we inhale, we're creating space between each vertebra up through the neck, all the way to the top of the head. And as we exhale, we're keeping the integrity of the stacked spine, but also releasing, making sure your shoulders are not tight, making sure to check that you're not creating tension in any place of the body that doesn't need to be working right now. Completely at ease as we take another deep breath. And exhale. Great. From here, we're going to go into a pose. Actually, no, before we do that pose, I want to try to lengthen the back one more time and stretch it, but this time creating an arch. So this is going to be like the cat-cow position in yoga, same exact idea, but we can do it from sitting down. So using the hands a little bit on your knees, we're going to inhale and arch, so shoulders back. You're really bringing the spine in towards your chest, head back if possible. And on the exhale, pull with your knees as you arch and curve forward, feeling a stretch through the entire back spine as you bring your chin to your chest. Inhale up and arch back as though you're greeting the world and the space in front of you, eyes looking up. And exhale, curving the spine. And back to center. Great. We really work to stretch and create expansion in our upper body now. So even though we're sitting down, we can still incorporate some leg strength into this practice. So we're going to go into Warrior Two pose, which is a really grounding and empowering position. And we can do it from sitting by coming more towards the edge of your chair. And we'll just play around a little to see what works best. But we want to bring out one leg straight in front of you with your foot brought in so that your toes are facing forward. And now only as much as that you can allow right now, because this is going to be quite a deep stretch in the inner hips. So we can even stay here if that's comfortable, or you can bring out the leg. And what we're reaching for, we need to make some adjustments, is to have the bottom of your heel aligned with the center of your other foot. And we want to bring the knee back. Ideally, we want to have the knee stacked right over the ankle. So not too forward, not too back, but evenly stacked. And from here, our feet are flat against the ground. So you want to press a little bit. You want to get off of the chair, leaning and curving into the chair by standing straight and feeling the length, especially in your back leg. You want to be pressing into the ground and feel the strength and power of your legs that are going to work to ground you. And if you want to place your hands on your hips, you want to make sure that your hips are facing forward, not swiveling over to the side. So facing forward, and then we bring up the arms, ideally to shoulder length, but only what's comfortable for you. And then turn your head to look past the tips of your middle finger, of your fingers. So we want to have a nice focal point. In yoga, this is called drishti, a point of focus, so that we have a concentrated but relaxed gaze. And now that we're in the position, we want to focus on taking a couple of deep breaths, remembering the strength of your legs grounding you as you elevate in a nice, powerful way from the waist up. So breathing in and breathing out. Your arms might be feeling the tension, maybe trembling a little. This is good. You can lower them if you want, or keep them up for one more breath. And on the exhale, gently drop the arms, look forward. Great job. We'll try the other side. So again, taking time to readjust on the chair. And we want to get the other leg straight out with the toes pointing forward to help ground your back leg. And then bringing out this knee as far as you can, but again, only working with the limits that are comfortable for you. As we straighten the foot forward, making sure the knee is stacked over the ankle. So again, trying to almost lift off the chair a little bit to get the strength in the lower legs. Make sure the hips are pointing forward. And then again, we can lift up the arms and look over past the edges of your finger into a nice unfocused gaze ahead of you. And we'll take a couple of deep breaths here. Very empowering, very strong pose. Grounded, yet lifting at the same time. And this is what yoga is all about. It's about grounding and lifting. It's about balancing all the forces. And this is a great position where we can feel the balance of the lift and the height with the rootedness all in one pose. So one more breath if you can. And exhale down. Wonderful. So while we're doing keeping the hips open, let's keep both of our legs wide this time. And again, as wide as you can. You can stay here, you can stay here. And if you want, you can just gently heel toe your feet out until you're as wide as you feel comfortable with. And long, straight spine. And now we're going to press into the upper legs or the knees. with the hands as we bend forward. And then come back to center. And we're only leaning forward as much as we can here to make sure we get that stretch in the hips, but we're keeping the back straight. We're not hunching over. Even if it's just a millimeter, just feel that nice stretch in the inner hips. And come back to center. Excellent. And while we're here, we'll do another little spinal twist by coming in on an out breath with one shoulder, using the hands pressing against the knees. Just stretch out that spine, play around, explore a little bit. Back to center and the other side. Great. Okay, good. Now let's bring back the knees and the feet into our original position here. And just take a nice deep breath. Make sure that you feel nice and relaxed. And then we'll bring our hands to the hips, and we're going to do a version of the forward fold by keeping our legs nice and bent and from the hips so that we're not hunching again. We just want to, on the exhale, lean down, a very restorative, very comfortable pose, very comforting as well, as far as you can, and then slowly curve up vertebra by vertebra until you're at a seated position. Let's try this one more time. See if we can go a little bit deeper. Again, only as far as you can, and we'll gently lean over as far as you can. This time, when you reach your comfortable edge, take one deep breath. Let it all go. And then slowly, vertebra by vertebra, come back to a nice seated position. Okay, good. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to bring up the knees a little bit. Now, if you have trouble with this, you can just stay here and take some nice relaxing breaths. If not, you want to clasp your hand around one knee and just gently bring it as close to your chest as possible. Maybe doing a couple of ankle rolls here as well to stretch out that last part of the body. And come back down. And we'll slowly do the other side, inhaling up and rolling the ankles. Great stretch for the back of the leg up to the buttocks. Okay, and release. And now we're back where we started. We're feeling hopefully much more loose and relaxed. We'll just close our eyes, take a couple of deep breaths. Feeling maybe the circulation running through your body, the energy, how much more lifted you feel. Let's bring our hands to the chest, at the heart center, and maybe say a couple of words of gratitude to yourself for taking time in your day to allow yourself to have this greater freedom and flexibility and range of motion, which you'll be able to carry with you for the rest of the day. I hope you really enjoyed this practice and found it useful. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Namaste.